in this video, we are going to see a problem based on this pointer manipulation. Okay. So this is the problem what we are going to do. Okay. So we are trying to print a matrix elements using pointers, and we are going to create a 3:3 matrix. Okay. And we are going to display all the elements using pointer notation. That is, we are going to let's say instead of creating a 3:3 pointer, let's say we are going to create m is to n pointer. Okay, that is size row is to column matrix, and we are going to display. There is the m and n also. We are going to get it from user. Okay, let us start coding here. Okay, so anyway, I need to create a variable for m and n because I need to get the values from the user. Before getting the value from user, I'm using the printf and I'm asking the user to enter row and column for matrix, and hopefully user will enter row and column. So I need to get it using scanf, and using scanf I'm going to get anyway row and column is going to be a integer values, and I'm going to store the row value at address of em and the column value at address of en. Once I done this, I need to create the array. So I'm just going to create an array of m rows and n columns. Once I done this, I need to get the elements from the user. Okay, so to get the element from the user, I'm going to use a for loop, and let's say I'm going to start with the first element, which is 0th index, and I'm going to run this loop until it reaches m rows, because outer loop is going to print the rows. So outer loop is going to iterate the row it is. So it is m rows, and I need to iterate through each element. So I plus plus. So after that, I'm going to iterate using j, that is element in each row, and j less than n, and it is going to be j plus plus. Right? So here I need to get the input from the user. So I'm using scanf, and anyway, it is going to be an integer input, and I need to store it in the address, right? Anyway, it is an integer input. I need to store it in the address. So what is the address I can use? Let's say I'm going to, that is, we know the address, right? Though, so the first element's address is going to be ARR, right? So it is going to be the address of first element, right? That is first row it is. So I need to get the value of first row, which is address of first row. For that, I'm going to add I to this. That is, if you don't understand this thing, you can see the previous video so that you can able to understand this one. And to this address, I'm going to add column. Okay. And I'm going to get the value from this address. Anyway, this is value actually, but I need to store it in address. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to use this value of operator, because this is going to give you the address of this one when j is 0, right? Hopefully it will done. So after that, I need to move to the next line. Okay, so there is no need to move to the next line because anyway it is going to get an input, right? So now I need to print the values. Okay, so for that I'm going to use printf, and I'm going to say it is output is below, right? So this is going to be the output. So I'm going to print here instead of scan. Instead of getting input, I have already got the input and I have stored it in the array. So I'm going to get the input from this address. That is, I need to get the value from this address. For that, I'm going to use the value of operator here, right? So anyway, it is going to give you back the value. it is going to give you back the value. And we are trying to run this code again. So you can see that it is going to ask for rows and columns of your matrix. It will ask, yes, it is asking for enter row column for matrix. And let's say we will enter, it is 3:3 matrix. And now we need to enter all those values, right? I need to enter all those values. When I enter 9 values, it is going to print all the 9 values. That is, once it is printing the first column, I'm going to move to the next column. That is once it prints the first row, I need to move to the next row using the /n. That is next line comment. And after printing an element, I'm going to give a space it is. Right. So these are the two corrections what I have made, and I'm just going to compile it and I'm executing the thing. So it is going to ask for number of rows and columns. So let's say it is 3 rows and 3 columns, and I am going to give you the values. Say it is 7, 8, 9, 5, 7, 6, 4, 5, and 2. It is going to print you the matrix here. Hope you understood what I have done. So let us see in another program in another video. Bye bye, friends.